What is going on, guys? Snickel here, and today I have another Platinum Trophy video for you guys. Today I'm going to be getting the Platinum Trophy in Shadow the Ronin, The Revenge to the Samurai on the PlayStation 4. Now, the last trophy that I do have to get is Boss K Toshiaki, which is to destroy boss. This seems to be a common theme with all the trophies in this game, and if you're not aware, this is a Gilson B. Pontes, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm not really sure how you pronounce his last name, but it's one of his great games that just seems to have utmost quality and the most invigorating gameplay. So anyway, with all that being said, let's get into this video. I do want to note that I was just joking about that invigorating gameplay, because this is some of the most bare bones gameplay that you're going to see from a game. So I do live stream all my platinum trophies and various other things over on Twitch, so if you want to go follow me, there's a link down in the description below. So again, if you've never played a Gilson B. Pontes game, it's essentially just the same thing over and over again, and hopefully it's not broken so you can get all the trophies. This game is not broken. It's a little more difficult than a few of the other games. It's not completely unobtainable, but it is a little more difficult than something like Samwell. But basically, the premise of the game is there's these dragons that roam around, and you have to kill them all. And there's a bronze level dragon, there's a few silver. When I say level, that's like what the trophy is, because that's how the difficulty is. So the bronze one is the easiest, the silver is like the middle, and then the gold is the hardest. The only difference between all of them is that it just takes more hits to kill them. And the good thing is you can kind of walk up to them, and it has their name. So right here, I'm just farming essentially the last dragon that I need, and I just keep running around and I keep hoping that I'm going to get the right one. So what I would do to farm these is I would start the level up, start the game up. It would throw me into an area, right? Throws me into this area. I would go find the first dragon. If the first dragon that I found was not the dragon that I needed, I would pause the game and restart. The other cheese to this that you need to kind of use if you want to get through this game is when you're about to die, just restart. Because the problem is when you die, you load onto like this island, and then you have to spend like 2 to 3 minutes swimming to from that island to another area to fight these guys. So it's a little bit invigorating, especially when you're trying to play through the game and kind of learn what you need to do to beat these dragons. It can be a little annoying. Now, if you played Samwell, you know that there's the thing where you can just hold L1 and then attack, and you're just always blocking. There's none of that in this game. There is no blocking, and it is one-hit kill. So it is a little more difficult, but essentially what you want to do is you want to like run away from the dragon until he does one of 3 attacks. One of them being that attack where he kind of slams down on the ground, go in and get a hit, and then dive away. The other attack are similar attacks to that, except he'll kind of swipe with the left hand and swipe with the right hand. Those are the only 3 attacks that swipe right here. He'll do it with the right, and then sometimes he'll do it with the left. Those are the only 3 attacks that you can, successfully hit him and kind of get away in a decent amount of time. The one when he kind of does his tail, you can do that sometimes, but it's a little tricky. And the one when he bites with his mouth, I find that they attack too fast after the fact. So there's 3 safe attacks that you can use to kind of get through there. So all in all, that's how you get through the game. You're just going to go in, attack once, run away. Wait for another attack once, run away. You're just going to do this over and over again. And like I said, if you're trying to farm any of these dragons, the best thing to do is just go into a level, find the first dragon. If it's not the one you need, just restart the level, because they're impossible to run away from. And again, you don't want to die, because if you die, you got to go to that island, you got to swim away for a few minutes. Now, luckily, I didn't spend too much money on this game. It was, I think, $5 if you had Plus, which I don't think is too bad for a game like this. You can tell that he definitely tried with this game more than others, but it's still, I would say, not a complete game, and it's just repetitive gameplay over and over and over again. There's nothing new between all these dragons. They don't have different attacks. They don't have anything that really different colors. There's nothing different about them, except that there's a bronze level that has the lowest health, silver level that has a mid-level health, and then a gold that has the most health. And the gold will take maybe about a dozen hits to get through, maybe sometimes more. You'll see what's going on here. This is one of the gold ones. So all in all, it's not awful. It's just kind of getting into the groove, because I spent a decent amount of time just trying to figure out how to kind of fight these things. I was going in headstrong and kind of just doing multiple attacks, when what you really want to be doing is going in and getting a swipe and then kind of running away and staying away. So if that's the method that you want to use to get through the game, I would highly suggest it. So we should be pulling up here on our last few hits. So it's really nice when he does like an attack and then he does another attack right away that you need to do, because you can just get multiple hits in very fast, which is kind of nice. But that move right there when he bites can be, it's just such like a, it's a, it's a little tricky. It's a little tricky attack there because he'll hit you sometimes and it's just like, you're like, what? You do want to stay like a decent distance away because the hitboxes are all types messed up. It might look like I'm not hitting him here, but trust me, I'm hitting him. The hitboxes are all effed up for him and they're all effed up for me too. But like I said, at least the man tried to make a game here. It's somewhat of a game. It's got multiple levels. The maps are pretty big, but the gameplay is just eh. So there we go. We killed that dragon. It's going to like launch a thing into the sky, boom down on the ground. So there's our boss K Toshiaki. Then we're going to get our platinum trophy here, bosses. So this is another one of these games. Glad to get it done. I'm not going to say can't wait for the next one, but anyway, let's take a look at this list. Here it is, 100% with a platinum, no DLC or anything, and there's a decent amount of gold trophies in this game. You can see you're only going to fight one of those bronze, 3 of those silvers, and the rest are going to be gold dragons that you're going to have to fight. But all in all, it's just going around finding the dragons and getting used to their attacks because, again, they have the same attacks for all of them, so it's really nothing difficult. So anyway, here's the profile. Trophy level 42, 45%, got 11,065 total trophies, got 7,621 bronze, 2,432 silver, 854 gold, 158 platinums. Like I said, 11,065 total trophies if you're into that numbers kind of stuff. And here's the platinum trophy itself, bosses. So if you're looking for these Gilson B. Pontes games, however you pronounce his name, I would suggest to pick this one up. Again, a lot of his other games are unobtainable, games like Spear of Destiny, and some of them have even been delisted from the store, but he's on a good streak, a good winning streak here of making games that actually work, and the platinums are actually obtainable. Again, this is going to be a little more difficult than your Samwell game, but it is doable. You can just use all the strategies of running away and attacking. So if I did have to rate this trophy list out of 10, I'm going to give this like a 2 to 3 out of 10. It's really not that difficult. It's kind of just learning is the big thing. So that's where that difficulty kind of comes in, and time it takes to get the platinum. If you're able to get this learning curve and use the restart method instead of going back to that island every time you die, you're probably looking at anywhere between 3 to 4 hours, maybe even less than that. It is a really easy game once you get somewhat of that knowledge down. So anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like down in the description below. You'll find links to all types of stuff, my Twitter, my Twitch, other videos like this. So if you want to go check any of that stuff out, I would greatly appreciate it. Down in the comments below, let me know if you've played the game. If you're not a big fan of my man Gilson's games, let me know. If you have any questions or concerns or anything, you can also leave them below as well. I'll try to give as much advice as I can when it comes to playing the game. Anyway, like I said, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like. If you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing for more trophy content like this, and I hope to see you all around sometime soon.